Okay, so I gotta tell you about this professor of mine who I haven't really talked about on these videos at all. It's been very something I've been thinking about, but I just haven't had the motivation to really talk about it. But now I do because the semester is over and the last class meeting is today. But I told him I was sick and I wasn't going to be there because all we were doing in class is presenting our final projects, which I actually already submitted probably 4 days ago, 5 days ago. So I did my work, you know what I mean? And let me get into why I don't like this guy, okay, right? First and foremost, he is a bad professor. He's bad at his job. He doesn't take it seriously. There have been multiple classes, but I'm gonna talk about one in particular where he just mentally crumbles, right? Mid topic, mid sentence, goes on a tangent. No, I just really just think this math topic is just so stupid. I really just can't stand this. Like, I can't believe this university really makes me do this. I hate it so much. Right, guys? I wish I was lying, too. And I also really wish I had it recorded. Because this one class in particular, he gave us, he kind of barely explained this topic and then gave us time to do it ourselves. But then he, I guess, heard too much side chatter, in the free work time. He heard too much collaboration. So he was like, you know what? You guys want to talk so much, so let's just answer. Come on, I want to hear it. I want to hear the answers. I want to hear the answers, guys. And then no one answered because, suck it, you gave us 3 minutes to do a problem that probably takes like 5 to 10, right? Actually, it was 2 problems, but I'll get into that. Actually, no, I won't. I don't need to get into that. So then when no one raises their hand to answer, he starts tweaking out like, okay, so you guys want to talk in okay, so you guys want to talk in class, but you don't want to answer the questions when I ask you. I'm not even, y'all, he was actually tweaking the freak out. And then when he started picking on individual people, they were like, I don't know. And some people said, like, you didn't give us enough time. He's like, okay, you know what? Since you guys wanna not answer my questions, class is canceled. No one moved or said anything because we thought he was, doing his normal, like, hello, fellow kids. I, too, am nihilistic and don't like school. Why, yes, I'm a teacher. Why, yes, I'm 40-something. But I'm one of you, I swear. But no, he was dead serious. He was like, hey, no, I'm being serious, guys. Actually, leave. I'm done with class. When we got out the class, we all just kind of congregated outside. And it was really strange. To say the least, it was really strange. Couple reasons. One, well, the obvious, this dude tweaked down in front of us. And I'm not using that lightly. I know that whole term has been, like, completely degraded by TikTok and just, like, kids using it a lot. But he tweaked out. He crashed out. He's a crash out. But, like, he really did. And I'd never seen a professor do that before. Maybe on, like, YouTube. But that was, like... The other weird thing is that the whole class was talking, bro. Which is weird because most of the class does not interact with each other because we're all, like, scared and introverted. We were all outside talking about what just happened, like we just witnessed Chris Rock get slapped on live TV. It was strange. And I also found out a couple weeks later that somebody did a Rate My Professor review that day about that exact situation. But that's not even the trashiest part of him, right? So let me let y'all in on a little secret, right? I call this the what do I call this? I call this the sex offender shuffle, right? So how you want to do it is first step, become a college professor, right? Got that? Step 1 complete. Awesome. Step 2, be pretty socially awkward and don't get into any relationship for 20 years, right? Step 2 complete. Awesome. So you should now be a 40-something-year-old man. I forgot to say that. It's very important. You need to be a man to do this. You could be a woman, but it's a little different. There's different steps to that. But for the men out there, my boy, you want to learn how to do the sex offender shuffle? Let me teach you. So step 3, bring a bag of candy to class. Got that? Cool. Step 4, as the girls leave class, say their names, tell them to come here. Kylie, come here. Lucy, come here. Right as they're about to escape your little jail cell of a classroom, right before, they get that sense of freedom, you pull them right back in. Hey, that's game. Game is game, right? But that's not even the whole thing. Step 6. Did I skip a step? That's like I skipped a couple steps in his development. So, hey, chill on me, right? Congratulate them for being such good participators. Because affirmations are a great way to flatter your love interests. I'm losing steam with this bit, y'all. Step 7. Watch them as they leave the classroom. And step 8, this is most important. Do not give a single man a piece of candy, despite how much they may be participating in class. Don't even think about it. Are you gay? In that case, maybe think about it. But if you are a straight male sex offender, you probably don't want to give out candy to the guys, okay? For the simple fact that the girls might get confused. They might think that you're not into them, which obviously you are very much into these college girls. You 40-year-old freaky professor that watches and plays Genshin Impact on his free time, bro. What are you doing? I'm not lying about that too. I swear to God, this dude talks about Genshin Impact. This dude, y'all, you think I'm kidding? You think I'm joking? Don't even get me started on the fact that he's a failed musician too. Y'all, I know it seems like I'm just being really mean to him, but I promise y'all, as a firm believer in niceness first, this sucker deserves it. And this sucker makes it easy because of this weird stuff he does every class, and because of how little he respects his students beyond, shoot, I would even say the girls. He really thinks that he's in those, boy. You are not. They are using you for a grade. Good on them, because I would do that too. Y'all, I didn't even talk about the last class we had. This dude, I think he realized the clock was ticking. And it was almost, hey, midnight's around the corner. It's almost time to pack it up and start a new semester. So this man been locking in, right? He was talking to this girl about her boyfriend. Now, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I was not paying complete attention to the conversation. But from what I heard, I can piece this together. He teaches her boyfriend in another section, right? And was talking about his mustache because he doesn't care for it. And the girl was like, yeah, I think they're coming back. I think it's like a trend. So yeah, thank you for telling me what my boyfriend looks like. I almost forgot. And then P. Diddy over here starts berating just the idea of his boyfriend thinking his boyfriend having a mustache, saying, I think mustaches look terrible on guys. What is he thinking? I think he needs to get rid of that now. Right? She's like, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. And this whole time, me and my friend Atticus, we were literally just working on a math problem and just overhearing this. And when it got to a certain point, probably the point where he started telling her how ugly mustaches looked, we kind of turned to each other and we exchanged looks, and then we just went back to working, right? Later in that class, we were still working on this math problem because, it's a math class, and that's what you need to be doing in a math class, is doing the work, which he doesn't do as a professor. And he also doesn't let this girl do, because lo and behold, this sucker's now sitting next to her on his phone showing her. I don't even know what he's showing her. What are you showing her, P. Diddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? This dude's making it so easy. Get him out of here, bro. One phone camera could end this man's whole career, because what are you doing, my boy? That's not true. I don't want to put that out there, because out of context, he looks like the cool teacher. I promise you he's not. He is absolutely not the cool teacher. And I really hope he doesn't think he is. Because he is a loser. I'm not using that lightly. He is a, bona fide dictionary, Webster defined loser, bro. And he is teaching my math class. Let me relax. This is too much hate to be had before lunchtime. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. This is how much I dislike him. I'm postponing my breakfast to talk about him in my room to my computer camera. Y'all, it's serious. But look, he's sitting next to the girl, same girl as before. And just all up in her, leaning, all up close. Kind of like two best friends would say, or like a couple. And it was just, strange, because the same teacher that lost his mind about us not doing work was actively preventing one of his students from doing work because he wanted to socialize. It's just like that, those levels of irony that I kind of forgot about until I just said it just now. Where I'm like, Yeah, this guy is like not a good person either, and it should low key be like investigated. I think he should be investigated. You know. Obviously, we are legal adults in this class, so yeah, I'm not saying he's a. I can't say that word on here. I'm gonna censor that. I'm not saying he's a you know what, but you know, at the very least, he should not work here at any university, but specifically this one, because he doesn't even want to. This dude had a whole unit earlier in the year about how little he gets paid and how much he hates working for this school, and he's like, they need to pay me more. Sucker, you need to teach more. You are actually getting paid too much for how much you teach. I think the funniest thing that has happened this year was, well, two things. One of them was when he told us, we were working on a homework thing as a class together, and he said just submit it for completion, and he would give everyone 10 out of 10. Tell me why me and my two friends in the class, well, at that point I only really knew two people. Tell me why we got 8 out of 10s and the whole rest of the class got 10s. And that's we know that's true because on the assignment it shows the score distribution, and it shows you the average, it shows you the range, and it shows you what you got, obviously. And we calculated it and we saw we were the only two people to not get full credit. Now, why is that? The only thing I could think of is that we were talking in class. So he took 2 points off. Yep, yeah, this dude is 8 off. The other funny thing that happened is the first class after Thanksgiving break, which was last Tuesday. I was just, you know, talking and being happy like I am. And this dude was just being like snarky and like rude and just like kind of the same things I already explained to y'all, but it was a little bit more low key because I think he understands that like what he did literally could get him fired. He should be fired. He probably won't be working here after this semester, so he has to tone it down a bit, but he still feels the same way. So he was just like, I don't know, just being snarky. He doesn't have, like, I don't value him as a person enough to like remember these things past, you know, the big moments, but just I just remember him being snarky, right? Which was funny because, you know, we just came back from a family holiday, so me and my friends got a little theory that, you know, maybe this sucker don't have a good relationship with his family. Whatever the reason may be, that's a shame. Because family is awesome. And if you have, you know, a rocky relationship with them, I feel horrible because that is my ball and chain. Now, that is like what keeps me grounded. And if that's the reason why this dude is so crazy and off his rocker all the time, it's not even all the time. I think he might be bipolar. Then I don't know. I feel some sympathy for him, but at the same time, you are a 40-something-year-old with the emotional maturity of a middle schooler. And I'm not saying that to be funny because I work with middle schoolers every summer. For the last 4 summers, I've been working with middle schoolers. So I know what the emotional maturity of one is like. And also, I'm not too far removed from being in middle school myself. So best believe when I say this dude has the emotional maturity equal to one, right? Anyway, that's enough. That's 20 minutes of words wasted on this fool. Have a good break, y'all. This could be my last video till semester 2.